Got something new for Christmas I want to share with y'all. Now this is not going to be an unboxing because there's plenty of unboxings of this very same machine online on YouTube. So what I'm going to do is just let you see me taking the first peek in the box, and then we're going to get a good look at it there, and then we're going to see how I mounted it, the table or what, and really I don't know yet. And take a look and let's see what I got. Oh, there it is. You see that? It's a spiral cut from Win. It's a 13-inch planer, model PL 1326. Okay, that's about it. I'm gonna make arrangements for how it's gonna be, where its permanent spot's gonna be in this, and we'll be back as soon as I get that phase of this project done. See you in a little while. Okay, first we're gonna take a little glance at the shop. Here you see I have the new planer sitting on my table saw, which really all my other tables are busy. Well, let's go around to the right here a little bit. You see the bench behind it is a workbench, and I do my resin, and my pressure pot is there. Then I have my sanding paraphernalia is right here. I have an orbital up and down sander there. Built a tilt table for that, so that really, those kind of tables are really the best space saver that I've found, and I halfway followed and developed my own plans with that table. But we'll go ahead around to the right. There's the entry door. I have a Pepsi machine right there. Don't hold not many Pepsis in there, but anyway, going around the shop, you see that bench there is a cleanup bench right now. I'm collecting everything from the rest of the shop, putting it there, and that's going to go to storage or somewhere, and that's another video. But I have a chainsaw sharpener, I have a metal cut-off tool, I have a bench grinder, right there's a sticker board, there's a jigsaw. And around that corner, see that table over there is another workstation with screws, bolts, and nuts there, with another AC and a furnace in the corner. That goes on around there to the left and through the rest of the shop. I have that. I have a storage cabinet back there. There's a CNC computer and operator station. Glorious tripod you see there that just has to kind of sit around and wait. There's a CNC machine. I just made one small circle. Back there is my lathe. And where am I going to put, and beyond that wall right there is my carving station, so I can't put it back there. So let's get right down to it here and show you what we're really going to do. I really think that planer should be together like my sanders. So I have this new planer is going to be on top here to replace where this miter saw is at. And I'm keeping my old planer for a special purpose. We'll see, let's get that in position. This is going to roll also. With that, I'm going to take this off of here. And I'm going to show you kind of how that's set up though, because all I do is I pull this peg out and I can turn this loose. It's fairly balanced, although I have to set this up here. Straight back here, if I want to use the other planer, I just turn it loose and it's pretty much balanced. Bring it up here and put that in there. Now I can use that planer. But what I want to do is have a planer on the other side, as I said. So I'm going to turn this back around and cut it for right now again, and we'll take a look at getting this thing off of here, and kind of show you my cord's in the back, and I have a plug-in inside. I'm gonna show you the inside of this once we get this base off. So let's get started with that and go with it. I'll show you what the inside of this looks like by screwing this down. Then I used T-nuts under the bottom of it, and you see I've already installed T-nuts for another miter or for another planer. See under here I have a plug-in extension that I can extend under here by drilling a hole, putting the wire through that side, and from the other side there's a hole comes through to plug in the planer or whatever's on it. If I can get that tilted over some, you can see that I have all the wiring run through a pipe, which allows it to rotate. Plans for these are all over the internet. No use getting too detailed about it. So what I'm going to do now is just back up and slide the planer over onto this surface. My back to the camera too much, not much of a choice, and we will set it over on our cabinet now, ready to mount. And we have pre-drilled holes to get put this back out of the way again. You see now I have the mounting surface tilted up a little so as to get this wire through the hole here, and we're feeding that wire through the hole in this board. So I've got it located just exactly where we need it, and then we're going to splice. After going through there, I'm going to splice this back in to be able to plug it in under the table. As you can see here, it's another day, different shirt. I stick this under here, and it's got to go through a couple of dividers, and it goes to the other side. And I think we're about ready. Now when it comes to the other side, pick this up, get this under there. Now we go. Now we get the cord that I just put through there, and take this plug in, put it right in the socket. Set this thing back down. That has to delay it. I think we've got it now. So we'll push this back in position. Now we just simply get some screws, and we should line up with the same. You can tell as the same holes that come out of. And we'll simply drive them back in all the way around. And we'll be good to go. Okay, folks, we have them all. Now just a matter of getting these bolts lined up again. Okay, let's try this one. And that one's still pretty loose. Going in with fingers fairly well. And I can get this with a socket, so that's what we're going to go for here. By the way, you got to remember if you do this at home, so you got to get the extendable plug-in to put inside these that don't have a breaker, and that's something I learned the hard way. But part of that School of Hard Knocks. But I can share that with you because rest assured that breaker will throw sometime or other. And you'll have to take all these screws loose, get out of there, reset it. So I replaced that within a year after I put it in there. Okay, there we have it. Absolutely no reason why we can't turn this on right now. Thing of it is, the main unit is not plugged in. So naturally we wouldn't have power to anything. Some cord coming out, and we plugged the whole unit in. So plug in wherever you may. I will reach over and turn it on. Works just fine. Now what we want to do is get a hose connection, and I'll show you what I do for dust collection, and we'll be all set. With this model of planer, it has you can hook a 4-inch line up or a 2.5 inch. I have a 2.5 inch dust collector pipe going along the front of each one of the benches. So what I'm using now is the 2.5 inch, and it's going to be temporary right now. I will change this later and put a clamp on that, and we'll keep it there. And I plug it in right here at the bottom, and that'll handle the dust here in a minute. Let's go back around here a little bit so we can see this thing really well. We'll go right over here. How's that? What we're going to do now, I pull the pin. Totally made on the CNC. Oh, yes, imagine that. Now, we will rotate this. There's plenty of room for that hose together. We go over here. Make sure we're not hitting anything, and we're not hitting the thing. Now, I want to demonstrate the difference in the sound of this one. What a big difference. Now, if you put a board on that and cut it, you need earmuffs. I'm going to use this one for what I call the rough planing. I do a lot of projects with skids, redo of a lot of lumber pieces, and we try to get all the nails out, but sometimes you can't. That's going to be real handy for me because I don't have to take a chance on running real rough lumber through my new planer. I'm going to use this one. That's the reason I hung on to Old Faithful here. This is a Harbor Freight, and I've used this thing for about 5 years now. The motor, everything's held up real well. I've abused it by putting rough skid material through there. I did pick up a little piece of metal on one of the blades, so it's really for what I'm going to use it for. I don't even plan on changing the blades. So I've got this, and I turn it over. I just turn this back over. Now I have my finished one back over here. Put my pin back in the table. Now, ready to hook up to my dust collector. That's about it for this video. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. See you in the next video.